All right, all right. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon and had a great morning. Good workout. Some of you guys still have a workout to go, so get it in. It is Monday, great time to start the week. I always joke about International Start Program Day, but it is a great time to kind of reset and then kind of forgive and rock and roll. I mean, you get at least 52 of them. I put that out there today, and I know that a lot of people will say, "Oh, well," and they clown on it and stuff. But sometimes it's nice to just let yourself go and then be like, "Hey, it's okay. Let's do it again. Let's get back on the horse." And I call that hooking up, and not that kind of hooking up. I guess it works the same way too, where you have a lot of failure, a lot of success, a lot of real weird, awkward situations, and then suddenly one hits, and then you get married and fall in love. They say. But no, in all honesty, one of the biggest things that you're looking to do is trying to hook up, right? Is trying to get caught on to like a program or to get onto this diet or this fitness lifestyle change. And so many of us, we try and we miss. And the way that works for me is I look at it as like a train, like I'm trying to jump on a train and I'm trying to get on this thing and I'm running. I'll grab this train and sometimes the train will just drag me. And then I let go. And then other times like it drags me and then I get on it all dusty and beat up and then I make it to the end stop. And then other times I try to jump on the train and I completely miss it. Like just jump right on, right off. So, that's what I mean by hooking up, man. It just takes a little while. Don't get frustrated. I do really like what we're doing with this real easy, simple elimination or adding and lifestyle change diet, if you will, or challenge. It's 90 days. We are on week 3. You can start at any time. And we're only really asking that you change 2 things a week the first month. And then you just kind of see what the results are, or you see what the stimulus is, or what the data tells you, right? So week 1 was, hey, eliminate alcohol and sugars. If you don't really drink alcohol, then it's just sugars. And then the second thing we asked you to do was to eat 3 square meals a day, right? So whether you're doing intermittent fasting, whether you're doing Whole 30 or whatever you're doing, we're asking you still to do the zone, whatever. We're still asking you to eat 3 solid meals a day. And we didn't tell you to do anything else like go paleo or clean up, or really we didn't bring up any diet. All we said was, hey, week 1, no sugar, no alcohol, 3 meals a day. And then after that, week 2, we said day 7, hey, what we want to do is drink 1 protein drink a day, 1 to 3 of them, especially if you're working out a lot. And if you're someone like me that you have to intake somewhere close to 200 grams of protein, eating it is quite expensive and sometimes difficult, especially if you haven't been in the mood of eating, right? So when we do this drinking protein, it's really important that you get 1 in the morning or 1 when you first start kind of metabolizing. So if you're on like an intermittent fasting, it's a really good way to drink it in the middle of the day to get everything kind of moving, or whenever you break your fast, right, as your first meal. It's also pretty easy to get going, and then your appetite will increase quite rapidly. Whereas if you've been fasting for quite some time and then suddenly you eat a solid meal, you might not eat as much and it might not settle as well. But if you don't drink protein, you have a whole other animal there where you would eat it or supplement in some way. And I thought it was real funny because we were talking about this, was my mom, and she was like, well, I have legumes, or I don't know exactly what it was, but I was like, oh, that's fine. Just how much protein is in it? And she's like, I think it's like I think it was like 15 grams or something like that. It was like 10 grams. And I was like, oh, sweet. You got to just eat about 100 to 130 grams of protein a day. So you just got to eat 10 to 13 of these cans a day. She was like, there's no way I eat that much. I was like, yeah, there's no way you should eat that much. But she understood what I was asking her to do. And so then she had to just go and find other ways to take in protein. So you don't have to drink the protein. You just have to figure out a way to take it in. So you ladies are trying to figure out a way to take in supplement somewhere in the day on top of the no sugar, no alcohol, 3 meals a day, supplementing 1 to 3 protein drinks or food at somewhere around 17 to 24 grams of protein. You boys are trying to do 20 to 40 grams of protein. So the last thing we asked you to do week 2 was drink or eat one meal a day as a leafy green. Like, so make sure somewhere in your day you're having some leafy greens. So leafy greens, like spinach, lettuce. I'm a big iceberg person, but I understand there's nothing in there. But finding some of that leafy green and either putting it into like a scramble or in a salad or at night, just making sure that I have that. Then this week, we're now on week 3, and the first thing that we're going to ask for is that we drink water, making sure that we're drinking 8 to 10 ounces of water. A lot of us will tend to start over drinking water, especially those of us that snacked a lot and kind of eat poorly. We'll start over drinking water, which in turn will cause us to retain water weight, and we won't see as much of the results that we want to see. So we want to be aware of it. I would tell you to start with 8 ounces and then start increasing it as you go. So don't necessarily just start off with, drinking 100 ounces of water a day. I mean, that's going to just bloat the crap out of you. But there's some certain times of the year when I'm training and how I'm training and what I'm doing and how my health is, I need to be drinking upwards of 180 to 200 ounces of water a day. And I'm also monitoring to make sure that my urine is not white, so that it's yellow. So making sure that I have enough micronutrients in my body that I'm not flushing them completely out. And this is a really tough trick because, sometimes you're supplementing multivitamins, which in turn your body can't retain it. So you're peeing out some of that vitamin, but that at least tells you that you're in somewhat of an excess. And then when you're going into this pure white, now you've really cleaned out your body too much. So you have to be aware of this. You want your urine to somewhat stay yellowy, not dark yellow. That's not good, but you want it to have color. You don't want it to go clear white as you're learning how to drink water. With the water, you can infuse it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it, but how much you should drink is all going to be varied based upon your age, your body size, activity level, environment, kind of your diet, and then also to your general health. So if you're pretty healthy, you're on a pretty good diet, your environment's not too hot, not too cold, it's pretty balanced, you might get away with not drinking too much water. But if it's super hot or super cold, you're going to probably need certain things to really be aware of the water intake. And then lastly, as you're adjusting it, be sure that you understand that on a day that I don't work out, I'm sedentary and I'm sitting a lot and I'm not doing much, I'm going to drink closer to that 70 ounces, 80 ounces of water. Days that I'm training multiple times a day, I'm outside in the heat for multiple hours, I'm going to try to drink 100 to 180 ounces of water. So I'm always kind of manipulating what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and then looking at my water intake. And I hate water. So I have to monitor it to make sure I'm taking it. That's one thing that I have to be aware of. I like to do the water jug, and I just make sure that I'm drinking it, and then I complete it and I fill it back up. I do 2 of those. It's 32 ounces. I get 64 ounces in a day. And then all of a sudden, okay, hey, where am I at? So I got to get a third one in. And I try to do them within the quarter of the day. So drinking one of them before noon, drinking the other one before 4, and then drinking the other one before 8. And that's just kind of how I monitor it. But that's where we're at. So increasing your water intake or drinking water 8 to 10 ounces a day. I'll give you a little clue for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to add in eating a healthy breakfast or a healthy meal 1. So if you don't have the ingredients or stuff to make a healthy meal 1, go and grab something and prepare yourself for tomorrow to have a breakfast or a balanced meal to start your day. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. You guys have a great day. We got a lot of work ahead of us. CFCM VIP is in effect. All right. So we're coming along, and we'll talk to you guys soon.